Howdy folks, and welcome back to the Luminary Shoppe. Now this is the final video of a series that I've put together on building this batch of Hitch Wagon lamps. Now I really appreciate all of you who have tuned in from time to time just to check up on the progress of this project, and I really appreciate those of you who have tuned in time after time and followed along through this whole project. Now in this last video I will be finishing up the assembly of these lamps. I'll be putting the rest of the chimneys on, getting the top tiers all put together, put the bales on, install the 12-volt sockets, and just in general get them finished up, polished and cleaned up and ready to go to their final owners. So there's still quite a little bit to do, but I'll be able to finish this all up and we'll still have a little time to look at these lamps on the wagons that they're intended to go on. And I'm going to recommend to you some videos that I think you'll enjoy with these wagons all decked out, lamps on, drivers in uniform, horses all harnessed. So let's get this project wrapped up. This is how the lamps looked when we finished up the last video. The next joint that I want to make is up inside the head of the lamp. So I'll cut little pieces of solder off, drop them into the appropriate spot, and then apply the heat to melt the parts together. The neck spinning is just held in place by the lowest tier of the head. I'll go ahead and solder it in place so that it doesn't rattle. Even though these lamps won't be painted, I'll still want to get all of the soldering acid taken off of the lamps. Warm water and a sponge will do the job. A bit of buffing will take out the rough spots and smooth out the solder joints. I have to pay attention and keep a good grip when I'm buffing finished lamps. Just take a look at my Hitch Wagon Lamps Don't Bounce video to see what happens if you don't. A final polishing with Flitz metal polish removes all the fingerprints and marks, shines them up, and leaves a protective film on the nickel. The two lamps on the left will be oil burning, and the rest of them will have 12-volt sockets. Neither my youngest daughter nor my wife have any lamps that I have built. The two oil lamps will be gifts for them. The last thing I have to do is put set screws in the mounting brackets and cap nuts on the bolts that hold the bales, and then these lamps will be ready to go. Now I've built these lamps under contract to Woodland Coach, and several of you have asked me where you might obtain one or a pair of these lamps. You can contact Woodland Coach at 4410 Township Road 628 in Millersburg, Ohio 44654. I know that these lamps are priced somewhere in the upper 3,000s for a pair, so be prepared for that if you call. Well, there they are, all cleaned up and finished. These pictures have been generously provided by Chip Lawrence of Danville, Virginia. So a big thank you to Chip for these pictures. Now I'd also like to recommend a few YouTube videos where you can see these lamps mounted on wagons. The wagons are all hitched up and being driven around. They're really fun to see. They're great videos, fun to see, and I hope you'll take time to watch them. You can see the links here on the screen. The horses are magnificent, the driving is superb, and the entire outfits are turned out to the nines. Enjoy! And once again, thanks for watching.